Okay, so again, glad that you all are here tonight. And I just wanted to do a quick overview. Myself, Tamara Reeves here, and I've got Joseph, what we call him Joe, the crypto man. I'm Tamara Reeves, the currency queen. I do refer myself as that way. But I was just getting ready to start off talking about Bitcoin, initial inception, and how it started back in 2008 when a gentleman under the pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto had written a code and published a white paper associated with this amazing currency that would be created to solve problems in the banking industry, in the financial realm of countries around the world. So during the Lehman Brothers fall, okay, in the banking system, the struggles that people were going through in terms of being able to have access to their money, or in efforts to eliminate the caps that the banks were placing on people for the amount of money that they could withdraw, Satoshi Nakamoto, again, we don't know who he is, what he looks like, what his real name is, came up with this white paper, and it was on from there. This currency that would be able to be transacted from peer to peer, or business to business, peer to business, or business to peer, okay, without the involvement of the banks. So literally a decentralized currency where you can send it to people all around the world. So it's like, how in the world do you do that? What is this Bitcoin? Can you hold it in your hand? How do you spend it? What do you do with it when you get it? So these are some of the questions that were coming up. And at that time, back in 2008, Bitcoin was valued at about 10 cents, or actually less than that. It was probably less than 10 cents per one coin. All right. And the very first transaction that was, successfully had was at a Papa John's pizza. A pizza was purchased for like 10 cents worth of Bitcoin. Okay. So that was really weird and that was awesome, but people were blown away by this. And that was back in 2009. So now, fast forward to 2018. Did you hear me just say that one Bitcoin at the time was valued at less than 10 cents for one? 2018. Some of you on this webinar saw that Bitcoin hit. Yeah, guys, was it 20 grand? Did it do it? Joseph nodded me. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Right? 20 grand. Oh my goodness. I don't even, okay, I was getting ready to go into a fog because I was going to think about what if I hadn't sold some about Bitcoin last year. I have been involved in Bitcoin for a year and a half. And when I first got involved with it, my husband and I, we had met a friend who told us about it. It was like $725 for one Bitcoin, okay? And so, you know, it was a lonely place. Because a lot of my friends, and my friend Pam is on here because she knows, we were just so alone. They're like, what are you talking about, Tamara? I'm like, yes, it's this currency. You know, all you have to do is get this app and you can send it and store it and all this kind of stuff. And it's amazing. Okay, whatever. Oh, yeah. But then the news started talking about the Bitcoin going up to $12,000, $15,000 last year. All of this is to basically say, and I'm just, speaking from experience and from the love of the digital currency world, Bitcoin is the grandfather of them all, okay? That's the first one that was created back in 2008. There are about 1,400, okay? What is that, Joseph? Tell me again. What is that? Oh, you're smiling. There's about 1,400 digital currencies out there right now. I mean, people are coming up with them and they are moving and they are making waves, okay? It's taking over. It is something that we can no longer sit back and say, I'm just gonna listen and observe and whatever they're talking about this digital currency. No, I encourage you to please go to www.coinmarketcap.com. www.coinmarketcap.com. You're going to see the top 100 digital currencies that are floating around. My son had about $15 in Bitcoin last year in his wallet. We totally forgot about it, okay? Opened up his blockchain wallet a month and a half ago. It was about $800 in there. He's like, oh my God, yeah, okay. Now I can get me some Ethereum. And Mom, I want some Ripple. So all three of my kids, they own Ripple. You know what I'm saying? So we got Ripple, Ethereum, Bitcoin, then Litecoin. There's so many. So my point that I'm making is that all of us who are a part of iMarkets Live, okay, right now there's a 6-week free trial of the Swipe Coin app, where you can actually, you're trading it at that point, okay? And the crypto education in your back office, Crypto Academy. 6 weeks for free. This is a promotional video that myself, the Currency Queen, and Mr. Joe, the Crypto Man, we are going to get you pumped up, motivated to want to learn more about how Bitcoin is transacted. You literally get a blockchain wallet. I was teaching a class on this stuff. I got some of my students on this call. Okay? You get a blockchain wallet, and it'll show you how to send money from here to Japan without a bank being involved at all. And the value of it doesn't even change because there's no currency differential. The value is what it is. You can send Bitcoin to Saskatchewan, somewhere, okay? And the value will hold. So it's an amazing tool because a lot of people that are employed here in the United States, they have relatives all around the world who need money. And if the banking systems are struggling where their families and their loved ones live, they can send money at a very, very low cost, okay, by sending it to their family members. Okay, I don't want to take up too much time from Joe, the Crypto Man, because I want him to bring it. And that's just my introduction. Hey, Joe, can you please unmute yourself? Come on in here and share the love of crypto with us, please.
Well, hello. I wanted to just start off saying that I'm not a financial advisor. What I give is just my personal experience. And so about a year and a half ago, a little over that, I started mining cryptocurrency. So what I wanted to show was what these little things do. And so I verify transactions on the blockchain. And so that's basically how I got into the whole crypto space. I mine the cryptocurrency, and so I get rewarded in blocks. So I'm trying to think of what else I can say.
Well, let's turn it into an interview. How about that, Joe, the Crypto Man?
Do that. There we go.
Yes, because I'm glad you brought that up because what people do need to know is that when a person is transacting and sending Bitcoin to a loved one, there is a mining process that goes on that has to take place in order for that currency to be effectively and successfully sent. So can you please let us in on how that works? You might need to unmute yourself. I just muted several people.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and so that's how it is, and that's why the blockchain is what Bitcoin is based on, and it's verified on thousands of computers, so it's not able to be hacked at the same time on all the computers. So that is what is so secure about the blockchain. So Bitcoin started in 2008. It has never gone down. It has never been hacked. Who can say that? MSN, AOL, none of those can say it. Even our credit reports were hacked. So it's amazing that we can have something that's on the internet for 10 years and it has never been hacked and it has never gone down. And the reason why is because you have thousands of computers that verify each of these transactions to make sure that when I'm sending money to someone, it gets verified and then it goes through. So it's definitely a very secure way. You're in control of your money. You want to send money to someone, You don't have to tell the bank, oh, I want to send my cousin in Mexico some money to remodel his house. You don't have to explain what you're doing with your own money. So
That's excellent. You know, and the cool thing is this whole blockchain technology. Let's talk about the blockchain technology. And in fact, you know, some people were thinking that Bitcoin, it enables us to remain anonymous. Okay, like, oh, you can send this Bitcoin and no one will know who you are. And it's kind of pseudo anonymous, wouldn't you say? Blockchain technology actually creates a transparency to some degree. Would you agree with that?
yes, everything on the blockchain is open. Anyone can look at any wallet. They can see how much Bitcoin is currently held in it, and then they can also see how much Bitcoin that wallet has sent to different people. Of course, the wallet doesn't have a name associated to it, but you can tell that, okay, this guy has this wallet and he sent 20 Bitcoin to this guy, and that's all. You can verify that, and everyone can see it. And you know, like if you're doing a transaction with someone and they're saying, oh, they're going to buy a car from you, and they're saying, okay, this is my Bitcoin address, you could verify that they have the Bitcoin in there before you even meet up with them. You can say, okay, you have 20 Bitcoin to buy, you know, of course a car would, unless you're buying like a Lamborghini, would be that expensive, but you can verify it beforehand. You can't take any funds at it without them actually sending you the money. So that is what's so nice about the blockchain, is that it's an open ledger that everybody can see.
Excellent. And I think the main thing with that too is it helps prevent terrorist activity as well.
Yeah.
You know, the government, you know, even though we are eliminating the banks, the government is heavily involved with monitoring these transactions. They have task forces and things like that to help prevent terrorist activity and, as you mentioned, the hacking and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, they got a little haterade going on right now because they don't have their hands all in this and they can't control it. You know, some people say, you know, well, can't the government just shut Bitcoin down? That means you need to turn off all the electricity around the whole world to make that happen. And you'd have to shut the internet down. And that's not going to happen. Am I right, Joseph?
No, you'd have to shut down thousands of computers all over the entire world. They're not just here in the US, and that's what's so nice about it. It's a worldwide currency. And that's what is so amazing about it, that everyone can do it. And it doesn't require, you know, special, you know, trading knowledge or any kind of expertise in any field. There's different ways that you can get into it. Like I print money at home and it's not illegal.
That is what I'm talking about. I like that. I like that. So let's talk about how Bitcoin can be sent from a person to another person or a person to a business, as we discussed. So one thing that I thought was really cool when I went on to YouTube last year, and I saw the fact that an ATM was literally being installed on Capitol Hill back in 2014, a Bitcoin ATM. Back on Capitol Hill, right there in Washington. So there's Bitcoin ATMs. Like if you can type a 1 in the chat, if you've come across a Bitcoin ATM, you know, in your area, there you go. Type a 1 in the chat or hold a 1 up somewhere. I need to see, because I know a lot of us have been passing them up. There's even an app that can help you find a Bitcoin ATM near you. I will personally say this. I don't recommend you purchase Bitcoin through those ATMs unless you take a buddy with you, a friend or something, just because people have seen you, okay, wow, they're getting some of that cryptocurrency. Everybody wants it. Just be careful with that. And plus they do charge high rates. So you could buy Bitcoin from an ATM. You can also purchase Bitcoin through sites like localbitcoins.com, Bitstamp.com, Coinbase. Let's talk about that. Coinbase,
US, yeah.
Yeah, Coinbase is based in US, and it's the first place that people tend to go to when they first hear about digital currencies. Okay, so they want to go there first. I will let you know, and that's fine, but it is heavily guarded with IRS and things like that. So they're all in your pocket. So once you start profiting from Bitcoin, using Coinbase, just be aware that you will need to pay taxes on, and you should just anyway, but I'm just letting you know, Coinbase is very stringent about that. So you need to pay taxes on the growth and all that good stuff. There are just other sites that are outside of the country that are still very reputable that will enable you to be in control of your taxation, which you still want to set the money aside, but you're in control of that. But there are so many ways of obtaining Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
What else? So Coinbase, and what else, Joseph?
There's like Binance. There's different. There's a lot of different exchanges. But I'd say Binance is probably one of the next biggest ones. If you're talking about all of the exchanges, Binance is probably the biggest. And then you have GDEX, which is the sister company of Coinbase too.
Okay. GDAX would probably be really good. I want to talk about these exchanges real quick. Binance, for example, and Mercatox, these are places where you wouldn't necessarily be able to purchase Bitcoin with a debit card or anything, but you can exchange the Bitcoin that you own for some of these other altcoins. So it is an exchange, right? So Binance, for example, you can take your Bitcoin that you own, and there's a way to exchange it for Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, and tons of other currencies as well. And you don't want to just, go crazy with that. You want to be sure, again, by using coinmarketcap.com, that you are exchanging and acquiring coins that are, I would say, up on the top of the list, that are pretty reputable and can be easily traded out. I don't want to get too confusing on that, but you don't want to just jump on every single thing. Hey, Joseph, can you touch on briefly regarding ICOs, initial coin offerings?
I haven't actually participated in any ICOs, but they're basically the starting up of a company. They go into the ICO phase where you can basically invest into the company before they've actually released. So it's like an IPO, but it's an ICO. So it's like a pre-release before they go public. And a lot of times you can get a discounted price on it. What I've noticed with ICOs, a lot of times you wait till they actually release, you'll get the price pretty much. If you get it early when they first go public, you can get pretty close to the same price as in the ICO phase. It's a lot more risk when you go into an ICO because sometimes a lot of them have been scams and you're not sure. I mean, they look like BitConnect and stuff. There's been so many that people are just promoting that sound amazing, and it's hard to know, like, hey, what should I invest in? What should I not invest in? And I personally like when you wait till you see it actually come out with a working product before you invest into it.
100% agreed. I personally do not invest in ICOs. And I'm glad we added that in as a quick segment because as you are beginning to explore this world of digital currency, just be sure that you don't tap into these tokens. They'll be called tokens or ICOs, and I just don't recommend them. As Joseph said, we prefer that they fully develop because a lot of ICOs don't quite make it to, I'm sorry, yes, that is correct. Initial coin offering, that's right. They don't make it to full fruition in terms of being a digital currency, okay? What else we're saying Binance. I'm looking at some of the questions. So here's one question. It says, are you saying Binance or finance? There's one exchange called Binance.com, Binance.com. All right, you would, use that website to exchange your Bitcoin and turn it into some of these other alternative coins, which we call altcoins, like Ethereum or Litecoin or Ripple, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I want to scroll up to the top here in this chat. I'm sorry that I've been ignoring the chat. Just one moment. I'm sorry here, let me see. So good evening, Tam, please record. Oh, got you. Okay, I did repeat the site. We got that here. Good. Thanks. Binance on Binance. Yep, thumbs up. I see. Okay, good. I think I addressed all the questions. We can unmute if you have a question that you would like to raise. please do so. Anyone, just unmute yourself.
Tam, how you doing? This is Esta. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
I'm just wondering if you can just address a little bit. It seems that Bitcoin is pretty much like the grandfather of the cryptocurrencies. I know you mentioned Ethereum. I know you mentioned a few others. As far as categorically, what do you feel are like the top five between you and Joseph? I mean, I'm wondering, are these the ones that we're going to possibly be trading with? To give us an idea, since it's 1400, I know we're not going to be dealing with those things, but I was just curious as the main ones.
Yeah. I'm going to open up coinmarketcap.com real quick and then share that screen with you guys. So again, yeah, Bitcoin would be the top, and let CoinMarketCap do the rest in terms of telling us which ones are the.
I want to put in one little thing too. So Bitcoin, everyone talks about it last year, and Bitcoin did go up quite a bit, went from 700 to 20,000. But everyone talks about it. But if you look at Ethereum or Ripple, Ethereum went up 14,000%. If you look at Ripple from year to date, from January 2017 to 2018, it went up 28,000%. So the Bitcoin wasn't the biggest mover for 2017. It was a mediocre mover. So a lot of the other coins had a lot bigger returns on your investment, and we're going to see that happen again this year too.
Agreed. Yes, let's take a look at this. This is what you're going to see when you open up CoinMarketCap. Yeah, I totally agree, Joseph. Because Bitcoin is right there at the top, it's the first one everyone had heard about. So what you want to say is the market cap, $160 billion circulating, okay? I think the market cap is determined, and Joseph, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the price times the amount of volume, kind of, sort of, right? That's kind of going out there, or that's
the amount of circulating supply.
Yep, okay, on a circulating supply. So there you go. And right now we've got 17 million Bitcoin circulating with, I'm going to tell you, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin produced ever. Okay? And so this is what drives the value of the coin. Each one of these coins has a limit in terms of how many will be supplied ever in its lifetime. So 21 million Bitcoin will be produced, which helps us to be able to give it value. So it's all driven by supply and demand. So the value, as I said, it's a derivative of the limited supply. So therefore, and some of us witnessed this. Watch this. Here's the balancing act, okay? As the price of Bitcoin rose and increased over the past year and a half, the fee for the miners, and Joseph should be hugging all of us, the mining fee increased, greatly. And I'm going to tell you why. It used to be sometimes where it would just be like 15 cents to send Bitcoin, no matter how much you're sending or transacting. Then I saw the value of the mining fee go up to like $2, then $9. I had a friend who's paid upwards of $40 for a Bitcoin transaction because volume had spiked in such a way. But see, the fee that comes into play is the equilibrium. It's the great equalizer. It's like, okay, hold on. We're only going to make 21 million Bitcoin, and all these transactions are happening, and so many are getting, so many transactions are being put through the blockchain. There's a balancing act. We have to charge a little more to slow this thing down some so that we don't hit the limited supply. So it's all supply and demand driven. Joseph, did you want to add anything on that?
Well, so what it is, as we know, Bitcoin was established in 2008. So it's an older technology. Some of these newer coins that are being developed are actually have faster transactions. They're like on Lightning Network, so they can process much more transactions in a short period of time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin doesn't stay on top for much longer, because it's older technology. Look at like AOL got passed up because they didn't upgrade their network, and they didn't come with, upgrade to go with the times. Look at like Ethereum. They've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline for the end of the year. You can look at Litecoin. They have fast transactions. So what you want to look at is what is going to be the coin that is going to have the most use 10 years from now when everybody's using it. Imagine if Bitcoin was accepted at every merchant here in America. It would crash the network. It can't process the transactions fast enough. I think Visa can process like 30,000 transactions a second. I think Bitcoin right now, it can process, I don't even know. It's a very, very small amount in comparison though. So.
Yeah, agreed. So here's ultimately the list of the top. Now, Esther, to answer your question in terms of trading the currencies. So Joseph and I have been talking at this point simply about purchasing the coins and holding them and letting the value just, do what it's going to do. Okay. That's how I've been investing in currencies. I've just been holding them. Okay. At one point I was actually selling them and making profits off the sales, but now with iMarkets Live and the swipe coin and the crypto trading and things like that, you can trade the currencies. I am not an expert at that because I have not personally traded crypto yet, but it is highly volatile. You must know what you're doing. It moves very rapidly. And so you can trade the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin against the US dollar, Ethereum, Ripple. The broker that I know of that supports such trading is JAFX. There may be a few other brokers that are starting to introduce some of these currencies as well. But that is definitely a technology that if you go into your IML back office and IML TV, there are key trainers back there that can help you learn how to trade the currencies and profit off of them even when the currency's value declines. Let's see, who is this? Okay, Ripple. Yeah, that's right. Tally.
Can you change the to the 24-hour chart, like right over there? Change it to where so people can see what some of the coins have changed in 24 hours.
Sure. I'm so sorry. Is it left or right where I'm supposed? Oh, here it is.
It's right in the middle. Yeah, it says change 24 hours.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Look at that.
That's
26% in a day.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's high volatility.
Yeah.
That is high volatility. I mean, whoa.
And this actually today is a correction day.
What?
Because last week was huge growth. We had a lot of coins that went up, like Ethereum went up 20% last week. So a lot of these coins right now are just in a slight correction, and they're up that much.
Oh my gosh. So technically these percentages could have been, even higher, but like you're saying, it's a correction day.
Yeah, you can see as the little charts, as you see right there, it's just kind of going down and then coming up. Yep. You can see them.
Yep. This is really, really good. Really good. I have some chats here. Someone is asking, so is it possible to buy Binance? Okay, Binance, is that an official coin yet?
There is a Binance coin, yes.
Yes, it is official.
It can't, yeah.
Yep. You can buy it. Where you would go to buy it, I guess Binance.com, but you'd have to take your Bitcoin.
If you click on it, so click on any of those coins, like go onto Loom Network and click onto it.
Okay, right here, boom.
Yep. And then, well, if you ever want to see where can you buy a certain coin,
$230.
you go right here to where it says you have charts and then you have markets. If you click on the markets tab.
Sorry, I had to mute someone out there.
Oh, it's okay.
All right, click on the market cap.
Yep. No, not market cap, market. So you see charts and then markets, and then you have social tools down a little bit.
Right here?
Nope. Down a little bit more.
No. Oh, here.
Yeah, click market.
Cap. I thought you said market cap. My apologies.
That's okay. And then, so here you can scroll where you can get these different coins, what exchanges. So you see right here, Binance came up number 1 right there is where you could get that certain coin that you want to buy.
Okay, so you have to go to the Binance site.
Yep, you can go to all those different exchanges.
Right.
And some of them are here, some of them are, in Korea, some are China. They're all different, coins. Like I said, Binance is huge. You can see the volume for that coin. There's almost 73% of all the volume is on Binance.
And again, one would have to take their Bitcoin that they own and exchange it on the Binance site in order to get Binance. You wouldn't take a debit card or credit card to the Binance site and purchase it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is good.
Okay, so my question, so I was a little late, but Joseph, what is your experience with cryptocurrency, and how long have you been involved with it?
So I got into it in the end of 2016 actually is when I got into it. I looked at a coin that was going to release in November, which was called Zcash. It looked like a really good coin, and I was wanting to invest into it. So what I did is I actually bought hardware, which is graphics cards, and so I started mining, verifying transactions on the Zcash network. Then from there, I switched over to like Ethereum, and then as I started actually making quite a bit of money from verifying these transactions, I started off as each card was making a couple dollars a day, then it went up to like $20 a day, and then it went up to $30 a day, and then it peaked at like, I don't know, $300, $400 a day I was getting from these different transactions that I was verifying. And it was either on Ethereum network, we're talking Zcash, different coins that I've mined throughout the year. So in the past over a year and a half, I haven't bought any cryptocurrency. I've mined all of mine. And I own probably 25 different cryptocurrencies. And most of it was just from mining it and then trading it for different coins.
Okay. So where do you see, because I've purchased Litecoin on Coinbase.
Okay.
Do you see that remaining strong and becoming maybe one of the leaders?
Yeah, I definitely do. What's nice about Litecoin is that it's on the Lightning Network, so it has instant, fast transactions. So you could send, $10,000 and pay, I think, like $1.50 in transaction fees, versus where if it was with Bitcoin, it would be, several $100s. So, and the Litecoin Lightning Network would be significantly faster than if you did it on a Bitcoin. Sometimes when I send money with Bitcoin, I'm waiting for like an hour, 2 hours, and I'm wondering, oh my gosh, did I send it to the wrong address, anything like that. And then with like Litecoin, it's almost instant, so that there's an added benefit to Litecoin. And some of the different, Ripples, same thing too, the XRP, that has a very fast network too. So.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Good.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
So my question is, and this may seem, I'm not sure if you already covered this or not, but when you say mining, is that the same as trading? Or
No.
between mining and trading?
I don't know if everybody can see my screen or not.
Can you share your screen? Like, if you see inside your video there at the bottom, there's a green box you can click on to say share screen.
Okay, I'm trying to show video, but all right. No, it's not letting me, so.
Okay, I'll stop sharing. I don't think this has, let me see if this will help.
Yeah, maybe it'll let me.
Okay, all right.
When he was asking, I could see his screen.
Okay.
Could you? Okay. Oh, could you? Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
do it again, if you can do it again.
So what I'll do, we'll turn off my light so we can actually see.
I can see.
We're seeing your video, you're pointing at a television.
Yep.
Okay.
So what it is so it's a television. So we're here. This is what it is that I'm verifying transactions. As you can see right here, it says shares accepted. Shows you my my kilohash or sols per second. And so this is what mining is right here. So a share is when a transaction is verified. And so this is just one of my small little rigs. The mining room actually runs really, really hot. So I'd be sweating like a crazy person right now, but this one was just for an example. As you can see it just verifies transactions all day long. So that's the mining part of it. And the mining isn't as lucrative as it was for last year. When I first started, I was mining, 7 to 10 Ethereum coins per day, which you can see that's like $700 something. So, but now I get maybe 0.1 Ethereum per day. So it's a lot less. Right now, I think the bigger thing of the investment is buying some of these coins and watching the value grow. So like with Ethereum, let's say you had taken just $1,000 and let's do $100. If you took $100 at the beginning of last year and you sold just exactly a year later, your $100 investment would have been $14,000. And that's all you did. You didn't have to get people to sign up. You didn't have to do anything. And that's what's so amazing about cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I do personally have an option where I mine, but I don't have the equipment in my home. So that's a subject of another day. But I do get the rewards. It's just that I don't have the equipment in my home. It's overseas. So I am linked up with a program that helps me to do that as well. That way, because you might use a lot of electricity in your home as well with mining. So you just hope that the profits that you get will outweigh the electricity bill. But hey, every penny counts, trust me. But so yeah, there's alternatives to mining. But trading the currencies, that would just be like in your MetaTrader 4, Stacy, you would literally, exchange US dollars for Bitcoin, et cetera, like that. So just like you would trade the US dollar for the New Zealand dollar out of your phone, you would trade US dollar against the digital currency. Does that help?
And he said 14K from 1K is actually 14K from only $100. It was a 14,000% increase. Ethereum was $7 a year ago, and it peaked at 1420 or 1440. So from $7. So
yeah,
just $100 worth. I bought you like 12 Ethereum. So
Wow. So Joseph, what has been your experience with trading crypto?
I have no knowledge, any previous trading experience from, any kind of markets or anything. But once I got into cryptocurrency, I started mining, different coins, and I accumulated so I was trading, I think 2.5 Bitcoin middle of last year. And there would be sometimes some trades where I'd make some good money, but then there was one trade where I lost $500 within just a few seconds. And I was like, maybe trading isn't for me. It definitely, you can make a lot of money on the volatility, but there's a lot of risk with trading it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to watch the market because it doesn't stop when you go to bed. It continues to trade in the middle of the night. So there was times where I'd go to bed and I could lose money. And then there was times where I went to bed and I actually earned money. So it was a risk. And it's really hard to do day trading on a currency that never goes to sleep.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, this is why, like I was saying, I know Esta wanted to really drive home as well the 6-week free trial that we have with the crypto education in IML and that swipe coin. Just take advantage of those things while we can before the fees set in. And I'm not sure what those are, but 6 weeks is a pretty good time, pretty good long run to.
Yeah, pull up the market cap. You can see what it was just 6 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it changes quite a bit.
Yeah. Very, very good.
And Tamara, if I could just interject a little bit, I just appreciate you guys so much. I really do. I just basically wanted, to have this call because there is quite a phobia. People just really don't know what this whole crypto space is all about. And this call was just pretty much just a basis to kind of have everyone come in and embrace this space, give us a little bit of history about cryptocurrency. I learned a lot just from listening to you all, and now here we are in this space, not really knowing and just been, kind of guiding. And obviously we're going to get into facets of trading, understanding that it is very volatile. You really have to study. You really have to know what you're doing when you're getting into trading it. But it does help to kind of give a little education on the background of where the heck it even came from. So this was really helpful to me, and I hope it was helpful to everyone else.
Awesome. Good, good, good. Thank you, Esther, for having us do this. Joseph, thank you, because what is it there?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Usually I do my little meetings, one-on-one. It's different when I talk to a camera, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to get better at doing it.
You better get used to it, sir. They know your name now, and they know you live in Phoenix, so be careful.
Yep, I do have a YouTube channel too, so if people want to know more about the mining, they can just look up, Joseph Nanez, and look at some of my videos on some of the mining, because everyone would ask me, what is it that you're doing? And I'd show them these little computers, and they would just go crazy.
Oh my gosh. How do you spell your last name?
It's Nanez.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Are there any other questions? And yes, this is being recorded.
I got a question. So for Joseph, basically with the way that you're doing it with mining, like you said, you're getting all of your cryptocurrency for free.
Minus my cost and electricity, yes.
How would you say that? Does the ends justify the means on that for you?
Definitely. So all of my hardware, I bought, I have about 35 graphics cards, and my total investment a little over a year ago was less than $5,000. But I used my cryptocurrency to buy that hardware. So as I mined, I used the profits to buy more. So my initial investment was almost nothing because I started with the computers that I already had.
Awesome. I love that strategy. Free crypto. Can't beat that with a stick.
Yep. You just mine it. Like I said, I print money at home, and it's not even.
Who is that speaking? We just see Breaking Change Legacy. Who is this speaking?
That's James Jones.
Hey, James. Thanks so much.
Hello.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
We thank you so much, James. James was the person that was responsible for inviting Joseph, so we appreciate you, James.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Yeah, this is my go-to guy when I got questions on that. I kicked myself in the butt the beginning of April. He was telling me, get on the Bitcoin. Yeah. And it was at 6,500. It went up to over 9,000 now. So just in a month, just in 30 days.
But just remember, it's not even, this is just the beginning. Like it's going to be a lot bigger. The whole market cap right now, we're at like almost half a trillion actually. And that's nowhere near where it's going to be towards the end of the year. So never too late.
You know what? I did hear a projection of $100,000 in the not too distant future for Bitcoin. Did you hear that, Joseph?
I did. I've heard that. I've heard 15,000 for Ethereum.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. The same gentleman that predicted, last year he made a prediction that, and I don't have his name in front of me, sorry, I had it earlier today. He predicted that Bitcoin would hit $20,000, and it was absurd at the time. People were like, how in the world are you coming up with that? And it sure did. We saw it firsthand. This is the same gentleman that's predicting that Bitcoin will be at $100,000 in the next couple of years. So I'm definitely going to hold on to some of my Bitcoin.
HODL, as they say. Right?
There you go. Keep going.
Oh, man, for that.
Yeah, I know. A year ago, March of last year, I sold my buddy 0.3 Bitcoin for $425. At today's value, I think that's just right under $3,000. So
I'm also gonna need one of those deals
yeah.
to just set aside a little care package for me.
Yeah.
There you go.
You gotta hold it. And that's what's so amazing about the cryptocurrency. You just buy it and hold it. And
Yeah.
you don't have to trade it all the time. Just buy it today and sell it in a year, 5 years. Just imagine if you went back 5 years and just bought $100 worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard me earlier, but my son had $15 from last year sitting in his Bitcoin wallet, and then we opened it up a month and a half ago. He had over $800 something in Bitcoin in his wallet. Surprise, surprise. Hadn't even looked. He hadn't even checked it till just a month and a half ago. So good stuff. Are there any other questions? Okay, Esther, you want to close this out? Thanks again.
Tam, I just noticed that Philly put a comment in there, and I think he missed the earlier part. And we did address some of the scams that were out there, and we talked about the validity. And so I just kind of wanted you to kind of go over that a little bit.
Yes. Let's talk about that. Okay, big time alert here. All right. So it took me a couple of times as well to learn that any company that is promising you a certain payout in exchange for you sending Bitcoin in or whatever is typically a scam. All right. There's only one that I've learned that I'm familiar with that has not fallen into this category due to U.S. regulations. But most of the time, companies like USI Tech, BitConnect, these things, Gladiacoin, eCoin, we can name them, right, Joseph? I mean, where, you put your money in there, these companies, they're promising you 1%, 3%, 5%, 7% every day payouts. Just steer clear. Just don't do it. Just hold on to your currencies and let them grow. I got burned a couple of times. So I'm speaking from personal experience. The U.S. will come on in there. I know $800 gone. Yeah. I know people that lost tens of thousands of dollars in those things. The U.S. government comes through and they call them Ponzi schemes because ultimately what's happening is these companies are taking the new investors' money and paying old investors off. All right, that's Ponzi. Okay, so I just would steer clear. And there's a school of thought of other individuals that would tell you, well, they're still up and active in Germany or Europe and all these other places. USI Tech is still going on in all these other countries. It's just the United States shut them down because they want to be haters. Well, okay. We live in the US, so then just don't do it here. Move to the other countries, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm just my point is because of our regulations and what is viewed as a Ponzi scheme, you absolutely want to steer clear of companies like that. And that is unfortunate that, you suffered that loss. And I'm familiar with people that have done the same. So you're so welcome. Thanks for bringing that up. That is an excellent one. So be careful of ICOs. Tread lightly on initial coin offering token things to offer you cheap, inexpensive digital currency investment opportunities, and steer clear of these Ponzi schemes. And you are certainly not alone, sir. I lived that life with you. I learned the hard way myself, but that's what we do in this space, and we take those experiences and we make other people stronger and more wiser moving forward as we navigate through this new area and territory. Okay. That's all I have tonight. Any final thoughts, Joseph, from you?
Nope, just make sure you do your research and don't invest anything you can't afford to lose. That's what I always tell everybody too. And just make sure, with the crypto space, it is very volatile. It's a roller coaster, but the only people that get hurt are the ones that get off middle of the ride. Just wait till it's done and you get off.
Love it.
You can't just get off when the roller coaster's going down or up. You just wait till it stops and you get off.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me to this little meeting. It was very fun. And I like meeting everybody in the crypto space I meet. They're all amazing people. They have the most open minds, and it's just amazing. I just love everybody that I've met.
Good deal. Good deal. Thank you.
Mhm.
On that note, everybody, thanks again for dialing in, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Joseph, put your website in the chat. Or your YouTube. Was it YouTube?
Yep, I can do that.
Stick it in there for us. Thank you.
No problem. All right, there you go. You guys should see it.
Yes.
There you go.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys. I love you, Tam. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.